My fellow Americans. This is your fellow American on the Help Me Make Sense of This broadcast. My fellow Americans, I want to speak to a segment of our great country directly. I want to speak to the red hat wearing tobacco chewers out there. You know who you are. This segment of my fellow Americans are clapping their hands together because their fellow Americans who work for the federal government are losing their jobs. You are saying of your fellow American that they didn't deserve that job. They're the whole reason the country's off course. They did this and that, and they need to be fired. And you're clapping their hands at their demise. My fellow American, red hat wearing tobacco chewer, I got a question for you. Where do you think your fellow Americans that were fired from these federal jobs, which maybe you didn't know this, they had to have, for the most part, advanced education, training, and certification to get the job to begin with. Where do you think these highly skilled, highly experienced, highly educated people are going to go once they don't have a job with the federal government? They're going to come to where you work, red hat wearing tobacco chewer, and take your job. Oh yeah. Unless you got your own job with some lawn service you maintain, cutting your fellow Americans' grass. Unless that's you, or building your fellow Americans' fence, or washing your fellow Americans' clothes. Unless you got one of those kind of jobs. Your job when you're working for some corporation may be taken by someone 18 times, 20 times, 100 times more qualified than you. And they just lost their job, and now they're coming for yours. Oh, I'm sorry, my fellow American. You didn't think of it that way. I would tell you to be blessed. I would tell you to work together and stay together. But you, my fellow American, red hat wearer, tobacco chewer, you've already chosen the side you're going to be on. You've sided with those who are trying to destroy our great country and not those who are trying to preserve it. Believe in your fellow Americans.